Inspired by the adventures of our nurses, therapists, and techs, A Beer with Atlas is the only healthcare traveling, craft beer drinking podcast. Each week, we'll open a few beers, talk about the brewery and the style of beer, and then dive into some research curated specifically for each episode. In the end, we hope each one sounds like a conversation you'd have with your friends while enjoying a few cold ones. Welcome to another episode of A Beer with Atlas. I'm Rich.
I'm Brian.
I'm Dolan.
All right, next week, episode 250, we've got one more, episode 249, before we get to our, what do you call that, quarter century episode?
This would be the penultimate episode, because it's the one before.
That's what I'm looking for.
Call it that.
So a friend of mine, Jim Frederick, brought this back for me. He was up in Minnesota. I believe, I want to say one of his kids goes to school there. I don't remember why he brought these back. But we had a thing at my house. He brought a bunch of fun craft beers. And he drank one of these, and he left the other one in the fridge. And I thought, okay, this, just based on the can, looks like something we can do.
Yeah.
So from Lift Bridge Brewing, we have Farm Girl Ale, golden ale brewed with orange peel. It's interesting.
Yes, the orange peel throws me off a little, but we'll see.
I guess we'll see. Now, full disclosure, Dolan dropped this about an hour ago. Oh, well, okay.
We gave it time to settle down.
We're good.
Hey, it's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
I didn't just drop it though.
No, he body slammed it.
You
choke slammed it.
I was holding it in my hand, and when you walk, you swing your hands, and it slipped from my hand, hit the wall, then hit the ground, rolled a bit, can got dented.
I believe the term is yeeted. You yeeted it into the wall.
I yeeted it into the wall.
My dead grandma heard that can get hit on the ground.
I'm surprised
she was
it
pretty
didn't
deaf
explode.
in life.
Let's see. So Lift Bridge Brewing, located at 1900 Tower Drive, West Stillwater, Minnesota. Open Monday through Thursday, 2 to 9. Friday and Saturday, noon to 10. Sunday, noon to 6.
Noon to 10, noon to 6. Okay.
Yeah. Founded by 4 homebrewers.
What?
Shocker.
Yeah, it is.
Brad Glynn, Dan Schwartz, Trevor Kronk. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
And Jim Pearson founded Lift Bridge in 2008 when they sold their first keg of this beer right here. Now, the Farm Girl was a Saison. Now, they might still do that, I believe.
Yes.
But everything I read on it, the Farm Girl was a Saison.
Yeah, they changed up the menu or the recipe, but then they kept the name because they liked the name so much, I think.
I read they will jokingly say they started off as an underground poker club.
Oh.
And then they would start brewing their own beers at these underground poker games. And so kind of like Fight Club, but with poker instead. So
You know what?
Dolan has a weird look on his face.
Tastes like a Saison.
I think it's a Saison.
It says golden right on it.
Yeah.
It
tastes like a...
Okay, it smells like a Saison.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's not a golden. I'm just saying it tastes like a Saison.
Hint of citrus, melon hop profile. I definitely get that melon. I definitely get that.
That's a Saison.
Yeah.
Sweet and smooth body
Well,
with
sweet.
golden malts.
Sweet, yes.
Wheat and oats, perfectly balanced with a hint of citrus and melon hop profile.
It's very orange peely.
Man.
It tastes like an orange peel.
I went into this thinking I was going to be doing like a New Glarus.
Yeah.
Spotted cow.
Spotted cow.
And I came away with not a spotted cow. But I think I'm okay with it. I think I'm okay.
I think I don't know if I would be entirely happy if I ordered a golden ale and it tasted like this.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe if they said Saison, like it tastes like a Saison somewhere, I wouldn't be disappointed.
This is interesting because it kind of plays into the TripAdvisor here at the end.
Oh, okay.
We'll
So
see.
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
All right, here's some of the other beers these guys make. Because this one is a 5.5%er, 12 IBUs. Hop Dish IPA. It's old school, 75 IBUs, 6.5%.
Wow.
So right in there.
Wow.
Juice Z. So Juicy Z.
Yeah.
New England IPA, 7%, 40 IBUs.
Okay.
Maybe that's still high for New England style, maybe not, but that's where they're at. Elevated Amber, Getaway Pilsner,
Okay.
Mango Blonde, Berry Blonde, Oktoberfest. And then they have one called Silhouette, which is their barrel-aged stout that is 11%er.
Wow.
All right.
They make a seltzer. At least one.
I saw some of those. I wrote
down the bomb.
Yeah.
Red, white, and blue, 5%.
They make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6 of them. I wrote those down. St. Croix Berry, The Bomb, Island Time, Blue Agave Margarita, Citrus Blend, and Northwoods Juice Box.
I wrote that one. That's the one I would try.
I would, yeah. I don't even know what that is, but I would order it.
Sweet apple and tart cranberry.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
And Island Time is a citrus blend. So it's pineapple,
Okay.
lemon, and something else. Probably coconut, I would guess. St. Croix is the berries. Mm-hmm. And then the blue agave is just the margarita one.
Margarita flavor, tequila one, maybe?
They make their own soda,
Yeah.
which is something I'm starting to see that more and more.
There must be a lot of parallels there. That must be very easy to do, just to flavor the seltzer water.
Sure.
Right? I mean,
Also, it's another thing to keep you in the brewery, at the tap room,
Absolutely.
right? If your kid can have another can of pop or whatever,
yep.
and we make it, and we make an extra buck on
Yeah.
that as versus the Coke, let's do it.
Oh, I'm guessing they make more than extra buck
I'm sure.
on those. Yeah.
So they have just a straight soda. They had black cherry, mini donut cream soda, and root beer.
I wrote down the mini donut one.
Yeah.
Mini donut cream soda.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love cream sodas.
Me too.
It's probably, I don't drink a lot of soda, but cream sodas and ginger ales. That's where I'm at.
They have this beer on their website called Mega. I'm going to say Mega Bass.
Okay.
Could have been Mega Bass.
Oh no, it's Mega Bass.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, from a tape decks back in the day, right?
Oh, yes.
Mega Bass.
You're right.
You push the and it goes.
Yeah, it just about blows out your little speaker.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just why, because it blows you away. It's 12%.
Oh yeah.
It's a 10-year Willet barrel.
Okay.
Then they pour it on over into the 6-year Wild Turkey barrel.
Whoa.
Tahitian vanilla beans, toasted coconut, Ecuadorian cocoa nibs.
Wow.
And it's only in the New Richmond, Wisconsin tap room.
Interesting.
I was gonna say, how much is this beer?
Right.
I didn't see a price tag.
It's at least $20 a pour.
Oh, I would-
That's
yeah.
a 4-ouncer.
I would guess
I'm
it's a
making that
lot.
It might not be that far off.
They might
honestly.
sell it. I think if I remember right, they had it in a bottle,
Okay.
maybe a waxed bottle, but I'd have to go look at the website again.
Seems very worthy of the wax, I believe.
This would be a dipper one. Yeah, you might want to do that artwork. But yeah, so they do have two locations, and that's one of those. It's a special to that Wisconsin burn. The Commander Barley Wine, 12.5%, and that one has cardamom in it.
Oh.
I couldn't place cardamom as a flavor, but I don't think I like it. Isn't it like expensive and pink?
Is it?
Is that what I'm
pink?
thinking of?
It's like flowery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a more like holiday flavor though, isn't it? Isn't cardamom?
I don't know, but it might pair with the barley wine then if it's super.
Or is that more of like of an Indian food sort of flavor? I guess I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know.
I know the word, but I don't know what it tastes like.
It's a fun word to say too.
Cardamom.
Cardamom.
Carda, mom.
Oh, it looks like it's like a pod.
Okay.
Or this is cardamom. Cardamom.
Yeah, that would
Cardamom. Yeah.
Oh.
So if you say a word too many times, it loses all like formation in your
You
mouth.
don't even know
Like,
what's happening.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks like so the outside looks like garlic,
Like pods.
but it's like a pod full of
little seeds.
little seeds or something. Yeah.
First, the thing I saw too was they had called it a Bohemian Pilsner,
Yeah.
and now we're here.
That's
Did you see Great American Beer Award?
I saw that. Yeah.
There you go. Mm-hmm. They also had a mug club.
Oh, I thought you said mud club. I'm like,
They make mud pies
yeah.
behind the brewery
Oh, okay.
in the tap room.
That's what your kids do while you're drinking beers.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay, so how are we at drink 2? Still the same?
I'm working on it. Yeah. I guess I'm not a Saison fan.
It's not for me. No.
Yeah, I'm just not.
You know what I think about it?
I'll finish it, but it's
Yeah.
not for me.
If it was 100 degrees and we were sitting outside on a picnic table,
Sure.
I could drink this
Yeah.
easily. It would take me a little while.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's a good thing.
Sometimes that is a good thing.
Sometimes you don't have to be slurping down hazy IPAs left and right.
Right.
I'm saying this so we can record it and I can listen to it later. That's why I say that.
Yep.
So I remember myself. Hey,
like
slow down.
It's like that. I don't even remember what it was I was watching, but like she's wearing headphones, and the dude like takes the headphones off of her, and then it's just like breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and then it like shows her. She's like suffocating.
She can't breathe. She forgot how to do it.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just not a saison fan,
Right.
And it does taste like a saison.
Let's remember what Aaron Daly says, right?
Yes.
You don't judge a beer because you don't like the style.
Right.
That's right.
I see what they're going for here. I don't. I guess I don't understand why it's called a golden then.
That's where I'm getting lost too.
I fail to.
Maybe just the
so
color.
it looks like it, but this tastes like a saison.
Maybe there's a very thin line that we don't know.
Like on the beer chart, right? It's
Right.
right. They're right next to each other.
Could be.
Maybe.
Think of it this way. In all the saisons you've tried, they're probably memorable because you're like, oh,
Yeah.
where does this one rank?
The further I get into it, the more palatable it is for me.
It opens up for me. It's getting a little
does.
warmer.
It's not as floral now that it's warmed up a little
Yes.
bit.
And that's usually the thing that I think all of us agree that we don't like is that perfumey floral.
I don't want to taste hand soap, right?
I don't want to
wanna-
taste potpourri.
Right.
So you know how when you have smells that you associate with memories?
Yeah.
I think the reason why I don't like saison styles is because it reminds me of the perfumes that my grandma would wear. And she would always... The bathroom was really small. It was one of those where like you open the door and the door like barely missed the toilet, barely missed the shower.
One of those deals, yeah.
And it would like bump into the sink. So you couldn't open the door if somebody was in the bathroom,
Sure.
you know? And it just... that bathroom would get so stinky with her perfumes sometimes. That's what
That's what it is?
saison
Okay.
reminds me of.
Grandma's bathroom.
How about this
Grandma's
one?
bathroom.
You're not old enough for this, but you are. Scented toilet paper.
Yes.
My
Yes.
great aunts had it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It
And so
was-
when you'd roll it, like you'd pull it off the roll,
Perfume
you'd get
in your
that
hand.
scent.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh.
Especially in the 70s.
Well, that goes right along with colored toilet paper.
Did it burn?
It was
Remember?
pink.
You would think so.
No.
Scented,
You would
it
think,
didn't burn?
You would think so. Now, I have often wondered. We actually went to an estate sale when we were in Colorado last time, and they had like rolls and rolls of blue toilet paper.
Yeah.
Because the bathroom was blue, and so their toilet paper matched their bathroom. But they
Nice.
still had. I mean, they must have just bought cases of this shit
Yeah.
before, And I don't. Why did they stop making colored toilet paper?
It's probably too expensive.
Maybe.
Probably.
And quite honestly, no one cares when you're doing your business.
Here's a related story. Mentioned on the show many times. My friend Daryl Rivers, in I think it would have been 1991, got a roll of toilet paper with Saddam Hussein's face on it.
You can brand toilet paper. It's a thing.
Yeah.
There's like a website that'll do it for you. And
And this was 31 years ago. Where the height of novelty toilet paper purchasing at the mall. That's
Yes.
where you got that.
Oh, I've been gifted some St. Louis Cardinals toilet paper before.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, the band has talked about doing that at the merch table with a little sign that says, "Did you hate our music?
Yeah.
This is for you."
This is for you.
I like that. Okay, so I did research, as I always do. I was like, what am I going to do? The name didn't jump off at me. I wasn't even, now when I tasted, I wasn't even really sure the style we were getting into.
Okay.
So it's kind of hamstrung a little bit. Sometimes I look for beer names that they do. Like, oh, there's nothing really,
Yeah.
Oktoberfest. Okay, well, that's not going to work.
No.
Let's start looking just at the town. Right.
At Stillwater.
Stillwater.
Stillwater, yeah.
And I read a couple of little articles, and then I got onto one of the city websites, and I fell in love.
Oh.
I fell in love with a city, with a town
Of Stillwater.
of Stillwater, Minnesota.
Okay.
I want to go here,
All right.
and I'm going to try to sell you guys on it too.
All right.
All right, so here's just a little bit of information. They call it the birthplace of Minnesota.
Okay.
I assume there were some, people that
One of the first places that
put
was
up shop.
settled,
Yeah,
maybe?
and lived there. Not fur traders, but folks.
Right.
1848. So that's pre-Nebraska. It was on the St. Croix River, which is
That's
one of
the seltzer name.
Yep, one of the berry one.
Yep.
Currently now, they have paddle wheel boats. So like the old school, you might see it in a Scooby-Doo episode.
Those are awesome.
They have river boats and gondolas.
With casino gambling on the riverboats or just riverboats?
They might. I didn't look into it, but usually that's what you see those for.
Okay.
That's a thing you can do now. You can go. It's a lot of water, right?
Right.
This is a place full of water. This town was voted America's most picturesque small town.
Don't just he just shot the whole thing just to be done there.
Best American towns for fall colors.
Oh.
It was voted best U.S. town for antiquing.
Over like okay, for fall, like over Maine or Vermont.
I mean, one of the ones for that one.
Okay.
Is named one of the best Twin Cities day trips.
Interesting.
Living in there and you want to go somewhere for the day.
Okay.
Best Minnesota weekend getaway.
Wow.
And most romantic cities.
Wow.
USA, I think it was USA Today. So I was like, wow, that sounds pretty good. So then in my notes, I wrote a little question here. What's the most romantic thing you've done?
Oh, boy.
And I don't know if it's going to be, Dolan's going to have the same story as he had a couple weeks back when he was the DD and had to take people to McDonald's to like the Taco Bell. I mean, that's pretty good. But I think there's probably something more.
Man, that's a tough one.
I think the most romantic thing that I've done that I can talk about on this podcast
Okay. Yeah.
is...
We do have the E beside it, right?
That's right.
Because we curse.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, maybe if Sam doesn't want you sharing those stories.
Yeah, well, I mean, I flooded our house with rose petals one time.
Okay.
So that was cool. But I think the thing that I think she thought was most romantic was I cleaned the entire house one day and then surprised her with Ed Sheeran tickets.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran is her favorite artist. Like she is a Sheeran girl. Like she just I forget what they call his fans, but she's a Sheeran, I guess.
Sheerite.
A Sheerite.
Sheery?
I don't know. But I thought that she would look at the ticket and kind of understand like where the seats were.
Yeah.
But when she pulled up where the seats were, like on the map that they had, it didn't really do it justice how close it was to the stage.
Oh.
So it wasn't until we got there that we walked up to where our seats were supposed to be. Like they have the letter and the number aisle or whatever. And she was like, these aren't our seats. This isn't our seat. Like she didn't expect me to go all out with this. So she was like, these can't be our seats. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe we should ask somebody. So we left, found a guy that was like running the floor there. Yeah. And we're like, hey, can you show us these seats? And the whole time I'm just sitting there laughing like, this is funny.
Yeah.
And so then the guy takes us back to where we went and she just like looked over and she started crying. She's like, I can't believe you did. Like she was like shaking and like we could have like reached out and touched Ed Sheeran. That's how close we were. So
no touching. You
can't.
Don't touch.
No.
Don't touch.
I mean, we weren't that close. We were like 5 rows back. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if this is the name of the fans, but can we try on Dead Eds?
Dead Eds?
Oh.
Yeah. Can we try that on?
Is
yeah,
it
workshop?
Sure. Yeah.
Wasn't Ed Sheeran? No, it's not Ed Sheeran. Who's the one that plays with the Grateful Dead? Like in his
John Mayer.
John Mayer. There we go. Well, same to me.
This is
Ed Sheeran. Okay, here we go. What are Ed Sheeran fans called?
I'm gonna go with Sheeries.
Cheerios.
Well, it's
Cheerios.
You're close.
It's pretty cool.
See, yeah. I'm glad he won his
lawsuit thing.
Yeah. Marvin Gaye
Topical.
lawsuit.
Yeah, very topical. Yeah. Let's see. Most romantic thing. Well, when we got engaged, Jenny's family is very important to her, and so when we got engaged, I told all of them ahead of time.
Right.
And this was down back when Rick's Boatyard was still in Omaha, down the river.
Yeah.
So we went on a little river walk thing. And then all of her family got there. Like, we're at the restaurant there. So, like, afterwards, we had a little celebration or whatever. So
Nice.
Yeah, so I proposed to her on that little bridge, and then we went to the...
Aw.
We went to the... And
That's
then
pretty
everybody was
good.
there. Like, and they were all, like, pressed up against...
Oh, is it good? Oh, yeah.
Did you do it? Yeah.
She said maybe.
Yeah, if she said no, I was screwed.
Yeah. That'd been a bummer dinner.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ugh.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm the romantic one in our household.
You are.
so
You're a romantic guy.
It would have to be something like, what Dolan said, to clean the house. Or I left her alone so she could work at home.
Oh, that's... yes.
Didn't knock on the door. One of those deals.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
I have a feeling you're not telling us the real story
Well,
here.
that's the real story.
Okay. All right.
We talked about the town and all the things it has to offer. And I went to their website and I was just looking at pictures, and it is kind of what you expect a small town to look like. It's not a coast, but it's got a lot of water features and river, and that sort of
Sure.
stuff. And it's a touristy place. I mean, it does win that award for a day trip thing or whatever. So it's like, okay, well, if I went there for the weekend, and let's say I'm not into antiquing, but I'm into the things that I like to be into, which is eating and drinking, especially on vacation. That's the best part.
Yep.
Where can I go? What can I do besides this place? Here we go.
Oh.
Buckle up,
Okay.
Buttercup.
All right.
We're getting hammered on this crawl. Start out the day, Brian's Bar and Grill.
There's actually a
Obviously.
place called Brian's Bar
Yeah.
and Grill. Okay.
If it was ran by me, no money. But this place,
You would drink the
is still around.
profits.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even open the door. I
Brian,
don't want to help.
this
nobody.
Brian's a recovering alcoholic, maybe, and so he doesn't. He's like Sam Malone.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
he worked there with
Yeah.
Coach.
Yeah.
This one's in the historic downtown.
Okay.
And the little blurb next to him on the website says pull tabs.
Oh.
So I assume that means pickle cards.
pickle cards. Yeah.
And that's a draw.
Yeah. Yep.
I was at the other day. I went to Casey's and got gas
And they had
by
pickle
my house.
cards.
They didn't have pickle cards. They probably do. They have the lottery tickets, but they had some straight up gambling games
Oh.
in the gas station.
Yeah.
Not slot machine, but I guess it is kind of a slot
game
machine.
of chance kind of
Yes.
thing,
They were
yeah.
sitting there. Was a lady sitting there
Yeah.
drinking her coffee and playing the
Hammered
Buffalo
away.
game.
Yeah.
I was just like, "Whoa, this is weird."
Interesting.
They have it at the Mega Saver by my house.
There you go.
Are they actual like slot machines, like casino games?
I don't think that they
Can you win like store credit or
dispense
something?
money. Like, I'm not sure what the rules are,
Yeah.
but
there's
I
some
don't
way
know.
around it, I'm sure. and They'll find it.
Okay.
So after we, leave Brian's Bar and Grill, and we were rich on pull tab winnings, we're gonna go to the Birch and Bourbon
Whoa.
Craft Bar and Eatery. Upscale, I wrote down.
Okay.
They had something I've never heard of before. You could reserve the chef's table.
In the kitchen?
I don't know if it's in the kitchen or
back
right
by the back.
And like he comes and does a thing for you.
That'd be awesome.
And your meal.
Yeah.
The food looked really good.
Yeah.
And you had great views out the window.
Nice.
So it was very cool. Then we can head over to the Forge and Foundry Distillery. Cocktail kits to go was one of their big things.
We'd be walking sideways at this point, I think.
Well, we're getting there.
Okay.
So they're known as like, mixologists, right? And they started this in the pandemic, I think, and was so popular they've kept it going.
Really?
Where it's, their house-made stuff, and you buy it in a box and you take it home and you can make them at your own place.
All right.
They had a tour and tasting for $25,
Reasonable.
and they had a menu tasting, which is everything on the menu, $75.
Whoa.
It takes an hour and a half.
Oh.
So,
In.
eat some brunch
Yeah, yeah.
before. Also, you'll see this many times on here. One of the pluses for this place, heaters on the rooftop deck.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Almost every one of these places has a rooftop deck to get the views of the water and stuff.
Yep.
And almost all of them had heaters.
Yeah.
Because it's cold in Minnesota,
Yeah.
even in the summertime.
Yep.
So that's how that worked out. Gasthaus Bavarian Hunter.
Okay. Gassed.
Yeah, like Gast.
Okay.
German specialties. Imported German beers. And they have outdoor eating.
Yeah.
There's a place in, oh boy, maybe it was Colorado Springs a couple years ago with my sister and my bro-in-law. And we stayed at this mountain resort place. And one of the restaurants they had there was a German restaurant. Featured German beer and had German food, and it was like legit German stuff. They had, not unlike your Doritos there, a hot mustard that they brought out, and it was allegedly, I didn't try it, allegedly so good, people want to buy it all the time.
Really?
And they say no, and people like steal the little cup and take it with them. So that's a problem they got.
I'll tell you, I am a sucker for a German place like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like a house-made pretzel. Count me in. River Siren Brewing.
Okay.
They had, another brewery right there.
Yep.
They had a cover over their rooftop or their patio outside that has river views, so you're not going to get rained on.
Yep.
And they had heaters up top. Don't worry, don't be cold.
You got to utilize your space, right?
Yes. And get people in there and have them stick around. St. Croix Vineyards.
Okay.
One of the largest wineries in Minnesota.
What's interesting is that we talked about this before. Grapes will grow anywhere, but it's just like the varietals of grapes and the flavors and all that.
What you get at the end is different.
Yeah.
So I'd assume it's probably similar to here-ish.
Maybe.
Very sweet.
Sweet.
That would be my guess.
Yeah.
The Long Goodbye. You ever heard of that?
I've heard of the movie The Long Kiss Goodbye.
Well, the Long Goodbye is like a term that people use for the Midwestern goodbye. So like when you're leaving somebody's party at a house.
Gotta go.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I'll leave you to it.
Well, is there one more? Yeah, one more.
All right. Then
Okay.
you do that again, and you go to the door, and then you talk some more at the door, and then you open the door, you stand on the porch, and it's a long time to go. That's why I prefer the ghost.
I prefer
just ghost out.
the Irish
out.
goodbye.
Yeah. That's my style.
Often.
You don't say nothing, you just leave.
Rich does do that often.
Oh, that's my favorite.
I am a professional Irish goodbyer.
Yep. That's the best.
Where'd Rich go? The amount of times Rich leaves here at the office, and I'm the only one up front. So people will walk up and be like, "Where's Rich?" And I'm like, "Is his backpack over there?" Nope, well, he's gone.
He's not here no more.
No. Gone.
So the Long Goodbye is a upscale cocktail bar. Lumberjack Axe Throwing Bar.
Perfect.
Fun.
They have food also. They had a shirt. I checked. They had a merch section. World's okayest axe thrower. So I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. I like that. Thor's Hard Cider.
Okay.
They have something in there I've never seen before. It was like a spa at the cidery.
Really?
So you can get a 75-minute sauna in while you're drinking your cider.
Kind of the like the Dogfish Head.
Yeah, like the stay vacation sort of place.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
But this is one like you're going with a bachelorette party or whatever,
Sure.
and you go do this stuff.
we could do that.
Oh, do a sauna?
Yeah.
75-minute sauna?
Sure.
That seems like a long time.
Eh,
We use that over there and we'll fill it up.
that's exactly
Yep.
right.
There we go.
Okay, Tilted Tiki. Heaters on the patio.
Yep.
Vegan menu. So they had some choices. I wouldn't say it's a whole menu,
Okay.
but it's straight up a tiki bar.
I love a good.
I
tiki
do
bar.
too.
Yeah.
And so do these people.
Yeah.
They used to live in Florida.
Oh.
And they went to some good tiki bars. And then they moved to Minnesota and they're like, man, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They built a little tiki deck at their house. And then it grew from that. And then they built a room on their house and made it indoor. And they're like, oh boy, now what can we do? Let's buy that bar. And they turn it into the tiki bar. And it's very popular. It looked really cool.
Yep.
The drink menu was just like you want in a tiki place. It's like, 80 different drinks.
Yep.
They have all the different cups. And there's one in Vegas that I'd love to go to. It's way off the strip.
Oh.
And you can, get the drink. And if you want to keep the thing, you can. And I've got a couple of those.
You know what always translates?
What?
Island time.
Yeah.
Island time always, no matter where you are, it always translates.
Yeah.
Right? There you
And
go.
you know what you're going to get.
Absolutely.
So this place had a lot of, like Hawaiian food, seafood. The vegan stuff was, mostly vegetable things, but
Sure.
like low fare as far as it's not going to sit in your gut and you're not going to be like, oh God.
Sure.
Not one of those places.
Yep.
And then if you're still standing, finish the night at the Velveteen.
Okay.
Like the Rabbit, maybe?
uh-huh,
It's the only speakeasy in Stillwater.
Okay.
So you want a little mystery in your life? You want a secret handshake and knock on the third book on the left of that door? You get into the speakeasy.
You got to find the secret code somewhere in
That's
the
right.
restaurant, then you go give it to them.
And go do that.
What's
Finish
the
off.
what's the code tonight? It's caramel corn.
Caramel
Come on
corn.
in.
Come on in.
Yeah, yeah.
I just like those movies where you knock on the door and then they just pull it.
Throw it open.
Yeah. It's going to be a good action movie if they got one of those.
Absolutely.
I feel like there's one of those. Is there one of those in Deadpool 1?
I believe so.
I think so.
I believe so. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I got. So you want a drivable place to go do some fun stuff, be outside a lot, even in the weather's not great. They have all the accommodations, patio heaters, covers, great views, lots of stuff to do, touristy spot, but not, I don't know, it's not Vegas. It's not,
you're not overrun.
Yeah, it's just like you chose to be there. It's not an accidental destination, but be a good place to go for a weekend, a nice romantic weekend.
Ooh, that would be a nice romantic weekend.
There you go.
Well, there you go. Instead of just like cleaning the house and not bothering your wife, maybe you should take her there.
I'll just go by myself. Sounds good to me.
I took a different turn on this one. I got straight from the can, from Farm Girl.
Oh, all
That's
right.
my inspiration came from. Because like you, I struggled a little bit. Didn't know where to go with this one. Did not. And so I actually went and got the can and looked at it a little bit. And that's where I got the inspiration for Farm Girl. Women in farming.
Oh.
I wanted to know how many women are... Farming is... I mean, it's been around for...
Ever. Basically. Yeah.
Right? Our country was built on farms.
Yeah.
We live in the Midwest. There's farms everywhere. How many women are actually farmers? And how many identify as a farmer? How many own large corporate farms? How many are family farms? You know, that type of thing. From the USDA website. So this is coming straight from a government agency.
Sure.
2017 was the newest information I could find.
That sounds about right for the government website.
Yeah. The United States had roughly 1.2 million female producers. So female farmers, 1.2 million female farmers, accounting for 36% of the country's 3.4 million producers. So out of 3.4 million total, 1.2 are female.
Does that count as spouse?
That's a good question. I don't know.
That would be interesting.
Maybe.
I mean, most farms from the area that I grew up, it was, like last name, insert last name, farms, right?
Yeah.
And so it was always the husband and wife
right
doing it together.
I think this is female owned. I believe this is female
that's
owned.
cool.
Now,
Okay.
there are a lot of benefits tax wise for maybe if you have a family farm and you put it in your wife's name.
Sure.
Right. There are some tax benefits to that, obviously. So who knows? Some of that might have something to play in your, or whatever. Female producers are slightly younger, more likely to be a beginning farmer, and live on a farm that they operate with their male producers. So there's your answer. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, I wonder, because just like getting into farming is so hard.
Yeah.
Like your family has to have been
Expensive.
farming for your whole lifetime.
A while.
To kind of inherit that and keep it going. And then you have, people who succeed. There's less and less names because bigger farms are just buying smaller ones.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
When the kids don't want to take the farm over and might take their $1 million
There was a
and
big
go.
thing when I was a kid in the 80s, and I would pay attention a little bit, but like all my grandparents' farm equipment was 30 years old, and there was like an uncle in the family that got a new combine. It's been like early 90s, and it was over $100,000 back then.
Yeah.
And that's, unbelievable in the 90s.
Yeah.
And now they're, I don't know, probably $350,000, maybe more, $500,000.
$250,000.
You don't even have to be in it. Most of these now you can run it from your phone.
Computerized.
And, everything's computerized.
Yeah.
And like the one I remember going with my grandpa in, there was one seat. He'd sat in it. There was a little enough room that I could stand next to him. Mm-hmm. He had a radio that he brought into the thing. There was no air conditioner, Had like a smaller than a phone booth door to keep it shut. And that's what he did all the work with.
Yeah.
So to have to start fresh and be like, oh, I want to be a farmer. Just to buy a tractor and a combine, you're in like $1 million hole.
You're in the hole already.
Yeah.
So
you have to... it's almost like you have to inherit it to just start your own farm is near impossible.
Yeah.
Unless Someone gives it to you. I don't
Right,
know.
I don't
like,
know.
That's
Right,
just
I don't know.
Well, and another thing is too, like, you can, when you're a farmer, like, you can write off like almost everything. That's why they always got like the nicest trucks. You know,
Farm trucks.
farm trucks, but they're not farm trucks. They just kind of
Is
sit
that
in the
still
garage.
true today, though? I mean, is that still true? I mean, the tax laws have changed with some of that.
Oh
and-
yeah, possibly. I don't know.
So-
I mean, most people back in my hometown,
Yeah.
it's still true. They've got it.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting stat I thought was so out of the 36% are run by females, right? Out of all farms all across the country, 56% had a female producer. So it is a family style farm,
Yeah.
right? Where the husband and wife are together farming. Oh, that was interesting.
Yeah, my grandma was in charge of like the chickens. That was her. So she'd get the brooder house going and have the babies in there and make sure they got big. And then she would do the garden. Like those were her things. My grandpa would do the hogs and the cows and the crop stuff. But,
The glamorous work.
oh yeah,
Totally.
the stuff where you take it into town.
So finally, out of 1.2 million female farmers, they farm 388 million acres with 148 billion annually in agricultural sales.
Damn.
Wow.
Money. That's
Yep.
huge.
I mean, if we don't have farmers, we ain't got food.
Yep.
Not to the level where
No.
we can support people nowadays, which is crazy.
So I just thought that was interesting. As the beer's called Farm Girl, how many? What does the female population in farming actually,
Look like,
What does
yeah.
that look like? And I was actually shocked that it was that large of a number.
Yeah.
I mean, generally you think farmer is a male. That's not
Yeah.
the case. That just
No.
isn't the case anymore at all.
That's cool. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I guess looking at this can, there's a couple things that pop out to me, and then I'll shut my yapper. Lift Bridge, the actual bridge itself. Does it lift? I don't know. I never thought about it. In the town, does it move up and down? I don't know. When chores are done, it's time for fun. That's what it says. That must be their logo, at least on this one,
There you go.
which is true,
Absolutely.
especially in the farm communities. Like, you worked all day. Then at nighttime, maybe once a week, you went to somebody's house, you played cards till midnight. Or you did something else, but
You go to the honky tonk.
yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of going to bed early.
No.
It was like, you're just going to be bone-ass tired, and that's just how it worked.
It's just what it was.
And the third thing is, if I had saw this today, I probably would have done research on why are barns red.
Why are barns red?
It used to be whatever paint they used had a thing in it, like a chemical compound, and it would turn them red. So
Like-
they didn't always start out red.
Like they would oxidize?
Yes.
Weird.
And so that's why you used to see, especially like in Iowa, if you drive the interstate in Iowa,
Yeah.
I've done this before when my wife was asleep next to me, and I would count how many red barns I could count to Des Moines.
Really?
And it's like 300 something on the interstate. So they're almost always red.
That's-
You might see one or two white ones,
That's interesting.
but they're almost always red. So if you're out there, take a look.
I didn't know that. Well, if we do another farm style
Yeah.
beer, there you go. There's your research for that.
Okay.
one right there. TripAdvisor, 4.5 out of 5 on 81 reviews. This one, Teslafication Northwest is his name.
Oh,
That's the. He did not like it. He's only done 5 reviews.
Okay.
He also, I thought this was funny. He ripped on Chick-fil-A too. So
Oh,
yeah, he
weird.
really liked some HVAC company that helped him.
Oh,
But
okay. It's the equal opportunity
I guess.
reviewer, at least.
Yeah, Teslafication Northwest says, love Lift Bridge Brewery, but they recently changed the taste of their flagship Farm Girl as of June 28th, and the new taste is awful. They ruined one of my favorite beers. Please change it back.
Oh, sounds like it could be the new Belgium
Maybe.
episode.
I don't know. And it was dated last year, so. He was also pissed at Chick-fil-A. He said, Woodbury location closing at 8 is ridiculous. Should close at 10 like the others.
I needed a chicken sandwich, and it was 8:31. Damn it. I'm going to write a review.
He's also mad at Budweiser too, probably. I don't know. Who knows?
yeah,
Who
this guy.
knows? Yeah. So, Untapped, 1,200 check-ins on Farm Girl, Golden, maybe Saison. We don't know.
Yeah.
Where do you think we land on this one?
I mean, I'm going to say Let's see. What year did I? 3.48.
Oh, okay.
I'm going 362.
355.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Right there, right in between.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to know what was the flavor beforehand, and
Yeah.
then why was it more of a saison before, and now I don't know.
Now it's less of a saison. Yeah.
That was still very more of a saison.
Yeah, he
than when we
doesn't say what
drank
it changed the flavor from or to.
no.
Are farm ales and saisons, are they
Farmhouse
synonymous?
is that's
Farmhouse?
usually what you'll see as a
usually.
saison.
Synonymous?
Yeah, usually.
So
But
maybe
then-
it's a golden ale play on of a saison.
Well,
But then they wouldn't put golden ale on
Right.
there. Then it would just say farmhouse ale.
you
yeah.
could say golden ale style saison, maybe.
Then that
Then
might
I-
make more sense. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll never know.
We may never know unless we go up to Stillwater,
Yep.
and then we can talk.
On our romantic weekends.
Yeah. Maybe get in on an underground poker game if they still have them.
Yeah.
You never know.
I can lose my money pretty quick.
Yeah, me too. I'm not very good at poker.
You know, I could be maybe good, but I just get so bored that I just bet every hand. I'm not, especially at a poker party.
Yeah.
I'm not folding. I'm not, passing. I'm playing every damn hand. And you're going to get my money or I'm going to get yours, but I'm going to be out pretty fast.
Okay.
And that's just how I play.
You force me to play like a 9-8 offsuit or something like that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I won't have anything suited. I'll bet. I don't care.
Brian, they call that the dead man's hand. Whatever.
Whatever. I'm not home right now. Let's get this game going.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Next week, big episode 250 of them for us.
Wow.
Boy.
250.
Yep.
What'd you call this episode again? It was a big word.
This one's the penultimate.
Penultimate.
I always look at that word when I see it in writing and think, is that really how you say it? Penultimate?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
But usually it's for like a series ending
Oh.
or a season ending. But we're not ending nothing.
No.
But we're just coming up on a nice, great milestone.
Exactly.
We're always going to have another beer.
No.
We're
Well,
always going to have another beer.
we're not going anywhere for a while.
Let's have that beer.
Thank you for listening to A Beer with Atlas. Special thanks to our brand team for producing the show. Each episode of A Beer with Atlas is powered by Atlas MedStaff, an industry leader in travel healthcare staffing.